Once, on a family vacation, there were two stray kittens, one gray and one orange, that lived with their mother behind the hotel we were staying in. Being little kids, my twin sister Michelle and I went to investigate. At first, the kittens were scared of us, but soon we coaxed them out to play. We named the kittens Tabitha and Crystal, and every day they would run out of their hiding spot and greet us. At the end of the vacation, my mom told the front office about our interactions with the kittens, and they handed her a box and said, "Take them, they're yours." Michelle and I looked at each other excitedly, but my mom just laughed and shook her head no. "Your dad would kill me if I brought home a cat, and besides, you're probably allergic." I was crushed and realized we would never adopt a cat. Fast forward to the summer of 2020. During the quarantine, my mom and I started taking walks every day as a way to get out of the house and exercise. We often walked to the shopping center since we liked looking into the stores as we walked by. On one of our walks, we noticed that there were cats in the window of Petco that were up for adoption. We began to stop each night to tap on the glass to get the attention of the cats. They were so sweet and look up at us with hopeful eyes. Mom seemed to love interacting with the cats in the window, and it felt like a step in the right direction to maybe someday bringing one home. Every day, I steered her towards that window and half-jokingly asked what she felt about adopting a cat. She just laughed and gave me the, we can't look. I could tell, though, that the quarantine loneliness was getting to her, and she was starting to change her mind. I did not give up. Almost every single day for over a year, when we would see the cats in the Petco window, I would ask about adopting a cat, and every single time I asked, I could tell my mom was getting closer and closer to giving in. Then Olivia was put up for adoption. Olivia was a beautiful black cat and was waiting there to be adopted for way too many weeks. After seeing her every night for over a month, we were definitely in love. I asked my mom if we could go into Petco to pet her, and to my surprise, she said yes. Up close, Olivia was everything I hoped, extremely friendly and soft, and was so excited to be pet. When the adoption lady talked to us, my mom explained how she didn't know if a cat would work for a family. She wasn't sure if I was allergic to cats, and she was worried about making my already severe allergies even worse. The woman proposed fostering the cat, and hope flooded through me as I excitedly nodded my head. Unfortunately, we were going on vacation the next week, and decided we should wait until after the vacation to foster her. When we came back from vacation, however, our beautiful Olivia was gone. The woman explained how she had been adopted earlier that day. Any hope I had gained was beginning to drain away. Just as we were about to leave, the woman led me to a different cage, where a fluffy gray cat named Ellie was sleeping. The woman opened up the cage and let me pet her. Although she was scared at first, Ellie started purring once I put my hand on her, and my heart melted. The woman asked if we would like to foster her, and my mom surprisingly said yes. Before we were able to foster, we had to fill out a form and wait a few days until it was approved. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, we were finally able to bring Ellie home. However, my mom neglected to tell my dad that we were bringing home a cat. As we walked into the house with the carrier holding Ellie, my dad walked into the room, stared at the carrier with disbelief. No, absolutely not. My mom expected this reaction and explained that we were only fostering the cat. Needless to say, Dad was not happy. Following the advice of the adoption ladies, we confined Ellie to the bathroom downstairs so she could slowly get used to her new home. That day, Michelle and I spent hours watching Ellie as she explored. She was very timid and skittish, but did not seem afraid when we went near her. Later that night, Michelle gently scooped up Ellie and put her in my lap. Ellie must have been exhausted because she settled down and fell asleep right away. I was so excited and surprised that I actually started to cry. After all of those years of dreaming of getting a cat, I finally had one, and it was one of the best and happiest moments of my life. To no one's surprise, we adopted Ellie a few weeks later. She became more confident and more comfortable in her new home. Today, her personality has completely changed. She is no longer scared and skittish. Instead, she's playful, loving, energetic, and purrs non-stop. In fact, she purrs so much that we nicknamed her the motorboat. She won everyone over, even my dad, who started taking pictures of her when he thinks no one is looking. About 2.5 months ago, my mom surprised everyone by bringing home Luna, an adorable, crazy, fluffy black cat. My dad nearly lost his mind. After the initial shock wore off, he became a proud pet parent of Luna too. Adopting cats has completely changed my family's life. They have made the house more lively and happy, and now my mom is in danger of becoming a crazy cat lady. We constantly have to steer her away from adopting more cats. Sometimes I'm still in shock when my cats come up to me and rub against my legs, and it hits me all over again how much I wanted a cat and how extremely lucky I am that I now have not one, but 2 loving cats. All those years of persistence paid off, right?